What if I told you that one of the most powerful men in history left behind a secret weapon, a guide for handling stress, chaos, and finding peace? Well, he did. Today, we're cracking open the timeless lessons of the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, and we're going to start with the one idea that changes everything. This right here, this is the key that unlocks it all. It's not about trying to control the world around you, because you can't. It's about controlling the world within you, your response, your perception. This insight is 2,000 years old, but man, it feels like it was written for us today.
You know, it's easy to picture an emperor living some kind of charmed, detached life. But that wasn't Marcus Aurelius. He was constantly dealing with war, betrayal, even a plague. He wasn't writing this stuff from some ivory tower. He was in the trenches trying to figure out how to be a good person in a crazy, difficult world. And lucky for us, he wrote it all down.
And here's what makes his wisdom so powerful. Meditations was never meant to be a book for us. It was his private journal, just raw, honest notes to himself on how to build mental strength and get through the day. He was basically coaching himself through the toughest job on the planet, and we get a front row seat to his playbook.
So let's start where he did, with our inner world. I mean, before you can even think about dealing with the chaos out there, you've got to build a foundation of calm and resilience in here. This first part is all about that, mastering your own mind. This is the fundamental question of Stoicism. It sounds so simple, right? But really getting this can change your entire life. Just think about it for a second. How much of our daily frustration and anxiety comes from pouring our energy into things we have absolutely no control over? The Stoic secret to peace is basically this. Focus all your energy on that column on the left. You can't control the traffic, you can't control what somebody else thinks of you, but your thoughts, your choices, your actions, your character, that's your turf. That's your domain. Real strength comes from knowing the difference and putting your energy where it actually counts. And this is how you start taking control. An event itself isn't good or bad, it just is. Getting a flat tire isn't inherently a disaster. It can be a source of rage, or it can be a moment to practice patience. You get to choose the filter. You get to decide what it all means. And when you consistently practice this, you build what Aurelius called your inner citadel. Think of it like a mental fortress. The world outside can be a total storm, a crazy day at work, a tough conversation. But in here, in your citadel, you can always find a place of calm and reason. It's a source of strength that nobody can ever take away from you. Okay, so once you've started to fortify your inner world, it's time to engage with the outer one. How do you take this mindset and apply it to real-world challenges? And maybe most importantly, to other people? Now this is one of the most powerful and, honestly, kind of mind-bending ideas in all of Stoicism. It's about turning problems completely upside down. That obstacle you're facing, that thing you're dreading, it isn't blocking your path. According to Aurelius, it is the path. So how does this work in real life? Okay, so that difficult project at work, it's not just a headache. It's a chance to practice patience and diligence. That rude person you encounter, it's not just an insult. It's a chance to practice forgiveness. You see, every obstacle becomes a training ground for your character. Aurelius was always reminding himself that he wasn't just an island. He was part of a hive. He believed our main job is to contribute to the greater good, because our own happiness is totally tied to the health of the community around us. But what about when people inevitably screw up or let us down? His advice is a kind of radical empathy. He argued that people don't do wrong on purpose. They do it out of ignorance. So instead of flying off the handle at them, turn the mirror on yourself and look at your own flaws. It's a really powerful practice in humility. All right, now let's pull the camera way, way back. Let's get the view from above. After working on our minds and our actions, we have to grapple with the biggest questions of all, our place in the universe, and how we use the one resource we can never, ever get back, our time. Memento mori. It means remember that you will die. It's probably the most famous Stoic practice, and yeah, on the surface it sounds incredibly dark. But the Stoics used it for a purpose that is the complete opposite of depressing. And let's be real, hearing "remember you will die" doesn't exactly sound like a recipe for a good time. It feels morbid, you know? like something we should probably just avoid thinking about. So why would Aurelius be so focused on it? Because he knew this thought was the ultimate tool for creating urgency and clarity. Realizing our time is finite strips away all the nonsense, the petty arguments, the trivial distractions, the fear of what other people think. It forces you to ask the most important question there is: am I using this day well?
And this is the ultimate call to action that comes from that realization. Philosophy isn't about sitting around debating, it's about action. Your character isn't defined by what you say you believe, it's defined by what you actually do, day in and day out. So, after this whole journey through the private thoughts of a Roman emperor, what are the big lessons we can actually carry with us into our modern lives?
It really boils down to these 4 incredibly powerful ideas. First, your mind is your territory. Protect it, train it. Second, see every challenge not as a roadblock, but as fuel. Third, connect with people. Contribute to something bigger than yourself. And finally, live every single day with purpose, because this life is not a dress rehearsal.
Look, these aren't just historical fun facts. They are practical, powerful tools for living a better life right now. So the final question isn't about what Marcus Aurelius thought 2,000 years ago. It's about what you're going to do with this wisdom. Which one of these ideas hits home for you the most today? Let us know your thoughts.